No. Thank you. Good. Good. Shh. Good. Good job. Good. Nice. So now that I have control of his body more, I'm going to try to bring the neck out of the shoulders and get him to move his feet that way. Pressure in the neck. Because you see, he gets stuck and he can't go back. So I come here, then he goes back, and then I try to pull the neck out of the shoulders so that the back starts to work. Right? It goes back to what we talked about in there. If the neck is short and into the shoulders, then the back is hollow. So they're not just going to wake up one day and use their back, right? So the neck has to come out of the shoulders. So the beginning stages where we taught him to not fall into us, right? That was step one. Then step two was, okay, great, but now don't just fall out. Don't fall the other way. Okay, great. He's got that. So now we use that to get the even reach in the shoulders so the neck can come out on its own. So in the stall, we gave him the idea, and I didn't influence the neck at all, right? We let him figure it out because we did those first two steps of don't go left, right, left, right. So, but when you get in here and you start putting energy into it, the horse naturally tightens up and does what it reverts to what it knows how to do. So that's when I'm going to come in and say, no, lengthen the neck, and I'm going to move the feet. Right. So until the horse moves the feet without shortening the neck, and then the back functions naturally. I'm not saying it's going to lift, but at least it doesn't drop away. That's why the first step is straightness, and that leads to throughness. We don't make them come through, they do it on their own. We put energy into it to make it come up and round, right? They're not going to do that naturally. But the whole concept of it, um, it comes from the horse because we got it straight. It uses the top of its body. Then when we push, it lifts instead of drops away. Yeah, he'll get to the point where I do this exercise and I don't have to touch anything. Right. Then he'll just do it on his own. Right. I don't have to keep saying it, but I have to guide him to it. It's not a natural thing for a horse to round its back for long periods of time, right? I mean, maybe if they run and stop and turn 3 strides, they're rounding their back. They're not rounding it for half an hour, right? So I have to guide him to that feel, and then I let him take over because this is about self carriage, right? This is about him controlling his body, one leg in each corner, not one leg over here and one leg over here or opposite, but here. The horse must maintain that. The rider cannot do it for the horse. Right. I'm going to be more specific about how I want him to do this exercise. In the beginning at your house, he wouldn't stop, right? That was the focus. Walk, stop, go back, and the reason he wouldn't stop and the reason he wouldn't go back is because his neck was stuffed in his shoulders. They get like this. So that's why before I even started that exercise, I might have done it a little. I taught him to move away, not on the rail, like not near the fence. Right, because he didn't have like everything he did was towards you. And that's horse nature, right? He's not wrong. That's how horses think. It doesn't work to be around us. Right. So what I'm doing is taking an exercise he knows and I'm being more specific about how he's doing it. Right. I'm going to say, put your neck down and move your feet, not move your feet and shorten your neck into the shoulders because we know that's going to hollow his back and cause problems to be ridden. Right. Yes. Yeah. And see, now he's got the idea. Right. But I had to set the parameter at first, right? Right. And he's just going to keep doing what he has always done. Nice. 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 See in there, you can't see it from that angle, but he wants to shorten it. So I'm going to come here and try to move the feet. Yeah, separate from the neck. Good. Don't fall, please. Yes, and you can watch the shoulders. The feet come straight forward. That's the key to all. Nice. Oh, what a good boy. Well, he doesn't shorten the neck into the shoulders. That's why he wouldn't go back. Yeah, he had to throw himself back. And you got to start with that, right? They got to get the clue to not come at you because that's their nature. Right. He could move his feet and not shorten his neck. That's really, I mean, oversimplification, but right. Because the neck was in the shoulders and the back couldn't function. Right. And use the top of his body. Yes. They move his legs using his body, not his neck. Yeah, good. And he's less defensive today in general. He doesn't want to rush off. So if it's productive, I'm going to work the walk. Uh, uh, uh. That's it. And some of it is when he was lunged in the past, go, go, go. Right. Go or stop. There was no thought process on how we go. Wear him out. Wear him out. Right. There was no thought process on human or horse. I need him to slow down and think. That's why I'm not going to let him trot. Is I want him to come up with, hey, maybe I need to lengthen my right side and reach it forward instead of twist my body and just go faster. Because to him, push just means shorten and go. And I needed to mean lengthen and reach. Follow, be soft. That's why you hear me, I won't use any words. Like I don't say, trot, canter, all that. I don't say that because that's obedience. I don't want obedience. I care how he trots and how he canters and how he walks. Well, and not just that, if you say the word, the horse is going to knee jerk and do it. So they're probably going to change their balance to do that, right? Right. If I just keep working on the balance and put energy into it, and the horse steps into the trot on their own in the same balance that they were walking, that's my goal. So that he memorizes how to hold his body with his top line, his back. It's the only way you're going to successfully ride them happily, without problems. And I'm not saying it's easy when you get it right, when the horse is there, but it does look different. I noticed it in the stall that his back looked less cramped, like less dropped behind the, like not at the wither, but like the middle part, like where you would sit. It was so funny. It's longer. It's less compressed. What's so funny is, Dylan, I what did I need? Oh, I needed my spurs, I think, or something, and I was already out here. So he brought, no, it was something else. My sunglasses. Because my spurs, he would have been in because it was a stallion. Um, so he comes out, he brings me the sunglasses. Now Dylan doesn't do horses. Like he learned to ride when he was little, but he's not interested in horses in any way, shape, or form, you know. So he hands me the glasses. I'm lunging, and he looks at that horse and he goes, "That horse has a weird back." Yeah, I was like, very interesting. Of course, he's used to seeing my horses who have a healthy back, right? It was just funny to have him pick up on that. It's not that he doesn't have a good back, it's that it's compressed and hollow. Yeah, it's longer. Yeah, because we need the body to be long, even weight in the shoulders. Then the horse lengthens, and that's when the energy comes through the top of the body. Yeah, and he looks longer in his whole body. He doesn't look so short because he's not really that short. He's just been, yeah, I would agree. That's why when I first met you and I would touch with the whip, he would flinch because everything was just short. I don't care about the bugs. Good. And because he tends to want to rush off, I'm going to spend a little longer going slow, right? If he was sluggish and didn't respond, then I would go, right? Yeah, absolutely. Shh, stop. He's just doing what he was taught to do. It's unfortunate that the methods, don't take into account how the horse needs to go to be ridden. It doesn't even work. I mean, unless you want them to be disposable, just get a new one. Well, I'm not saying that he was the best horse for you to get, but it's workable. I've seen worse matches. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Pursue it because you have a personal connection with him and he's very kind. You know why you she would tell you to give up? Because she didn't know what to tell you to do. Shh, enough with that. Yeah, it's an evasion. I'm not saying there isn't a fly there, but yeah, and it's not like they're biting him. Uh. Good. Shh. Yeah. No. Wrong answer. Shh. Enough. Some of that is just a little spoiled from before I met you. It's all right. It is what it is. We'll make it different now. Yes. Good. And it's him pushing boundaries too. Are you still in charge? He wants you to be, but he's going to check for a little while. Less and less though. Nice. There you go. Right. You have to make it that way. We don't want him to think, yeah, oh, yeah, because you didn't have, that's not the relationship you had. Right. I've always had that one. So I don't have to take it back. He's going to check with you more than me. He still checks with me, but less. You're probably the first person that's been truly nice to him. You know what I mean? So even though you maybe didn't know what you were doing, he knew he could trust you to not. Yeah, it was kindness. I don't get the feeling that he's had much. That's why he's reluctant to trust. Oh, yeah, they're hiding something. Yeah, you're hiding something big. I've met those. Always happy, always bubbly. Yeah, you're hiding something, is what you're doing. Yeah. No, it's a mask. It's a mask. Yeah, and it may be just personal. It may not mean they're not a good person, but people that have big problems that in their lives that tend to be the ostrich, right? They don't want to face it, so they put on a mask for themselves, not just for you. It's for themselves. Yeah, exactly. Nice. See, now we're getting bigger, longer steps. And he's the ear twitching. The 2 days before this, I had to do a little trot because it wouldn't lengthen, right? Today it's lengthening at the walk. So I'm going to pursue that. Nice. See, that's where he would have chosen to shorten and trot, and he didn't, right? He chose to lengthen and reach. And that's the key to everything, no matter what you want to do with your horse. The neck must be out and the shoulders must carry even weight, at the very least. Yes. Even physically, how his top line looks different because his middle was dented. It was lower and short. That's what Dill picked up on. It wasn't that he knows a lot about horses' backs. He just knows what it's supposed to look like, and his doesn't. Nice. Um, well, she kind of does a scan on both sides, see where the problems are, and then work on those problems. They got things they stand on sometimes, big blocks. And sometimes they got to work from up high. It's interesting, yeah. And Dr. Richards is cool. She's good. I like her. Nice. Nice. See, he caught himself. He caught himself, right? He was going to trot and he didn't. That's what I want. Because I'm not in charge of that. He's in charge of that. That's what takes time, is to teach them that that's the norm. And the only way to do that is repetition. Right. And that's what I need. He needs to make the decision. I can't do it for him. Nice. And once it stays long, then trotting's fine. But it'll trot in a different way. So it fell out. Yes, and I just stayed and he chose to walk and now it's not falling out. Nice. 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 There you go. Good job, buddy. Good. Nice. That's it. So I want him to move his neck, not his feet, and then move his feet with his neck relaxed. Good. Nice. Nice. Good job, buddy. Yes. And this is where the stall work helps because you saw there he wanted to swing his haunches out. So when I push at the shoulders or the elbow, he can reference what we did today and there. It meant lengthen, right? Because he couldn't throw the haunches out because of the wall. Sort of like you in the stall, you explain what the aid means, and then in the ring, you apply it. In hand too. That explains things too. But when you lunge, essentially you're insinuating, right? Right. You're hoping they do the right thing and applying it here, at least a little. Yeah, most horses this side's harder. You see the neck wants to hammer more. Yeah, it's harder. It was much. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. That 2 strides lead to 4, lead to 8, lead to that's how they go. That's why it takes time. It's probably the biggest criticism this work gets. It takes too long. What I don't understand though, because the only other option doesn't make sense to the horse. So what are we doing here? Well, he might not get hurt, but the horse is not going to be comfortable. Yeah, it's certainly not going to be your friend. It'll be your slave. Right, because you're a dictator. You're a you're a master. Not a. And I don't mean like they call Nuno is a master. I don't mean like that. I mean like you know they have no say. They have to do it. Yeah, it won't last. They either go lame or they hurt you. Yeah, he's getting it. Nice. And see, I'll allow that because that was good. That was him trying to use the trot to solve the problem. Yeah, he is smart. Yeah, he's no dummy. Smartest dog I've ever had. Nice. And I don't mind the neck hammering a little right now. I know that once he gets even in his shoulders, it'll stop. Sort of an indication more than anything else. Nice. 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 Excellent. Nice. Nice. What a good boy. Nice job, buddy. That's great. He's not very complicated at all. Good boy. We'll just wait and call Mike tomorrow because he'll want him in the tack up area. So we'll cover that tomorrow and then we'll call him when we're done. So good boy. Ready for a shower? Okay. You're not eating grass. Stop. When? When? Just stay put a minute. When? When? Come, boy.